Hello. This morning I watched a ladybird crawling slowly along the fence that borders my garden, and I was pleased to see it. Most people like ladybirds, and there are two main reasons that we like ladybirds. First, they're pretty. Most of us would feel that we were lucky if a ladybird landed on us or near us. Most of us, when we see a ladybird, will look closer, we'll exclaim, we'll draw it to the attention of those around us. They're pretty, they're attractive. But if you're a gardener, you also like a ladybird because of what it does. Now, yesterday in my garden, I noticed that some of my flowers are starting to gather another bug which is not so welcome in my garden, aphids. In this case, green fly, but aphids can be green fly, black fly, white fly, and that sort of thing. And the reason that gardeners like ladybirds is because of ladybirds' habits. Their larvae and the full-grown bug eats aphids voraciously. It sucks their insides out. I'm sorry, I hope you're not eating. But it destroys lots and lots of ladybirds. So as a sometime gardener, I was pleased to see the ladybird in my garden because of what it's going to do to this gathering of green fly on my roses. But really, a ladybird is just a beetle like any other. And if it didn't have its beautiful red and black coat, or there are other varieties as well, would I still welcome it? Would I like it as much? Perhaps I and other gardeners are just closing my eyes to its horrible habits. I know that this is how the natural world exists, but actually ladybirds are not sweet and pretty and beautiful. They are voracious predators with horrible habits. And I close my eyes to that because what the ladybird does benefits me. When Jesus walked the earth, you might expect that he would spend his time with the priests, with those who knew his Father, with those who encouraged others to worship, with those who knew the scriptures. And he did start out going to the synagogues, which was their places of worship. But he soon found that he had more of an audience outside. And in fact, he started to call the temple authorities and the priests some pretty horrible names. He called them a brood of vipers. He called them blind guides. It's recorded in Matthew's Gospel. I've got the Bible down here. You are blind guides, and if one blind person guides another, both will fall into the pit. What he was saying is that those priests, those authorities, although they had started out trying to do the right thing, they'd somewhere along the line become diverted. They'd closed their eyes to the real God, and they'd followed other paths. Jesus quoted a part of the scriptures that the temple authorities would have known, the priests. This people, he said, honours me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching human precepts as doctrines. Jesus was really disappointed in them, but he refused to turn a blind eye. As we're having the carrot of an easing to the lockdown waved in front of us at the moment, as there's the possibility that we might be able to go out and sunbathe, that some shops might be opening up, I want to go back into this strange new world with my eyes wide open, not blinded by the pretty colours or the fact that something benefits me personally, but awake and alive to the possibility that some of the things which are of benefit to me are of great harm to other people. I don't want to go in with my eyes shut, blind to the possibility that those who lead us in whatever sphere may not actually have the well-being and the health of everyone in their agendas. Whilst we rejoice at the moment that some may be able to go back to work, that we may be released from our own particular form of lockdown, let's not be blind to those who guide us. Let's go with our eyes open, knowing that just as Jesus challenged those who didn't have the welfare of all at their hearts, we must also challenge those who don't have the welfare and well-being, not the wealth, but the welfare and the well-being of all in their agenda. Keep safe.